This is the Breville Bambino, and I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate latte using this. So when you get it, it comes with a bunch of pieces. The first piece here is a drip tray. So just rinse that out, put the top on, slide it on. That's the drip tray. The next part is filling the cup with coffee. I usually get whole beans and then grind it in a grinder and then save those grindings in a container like this that keeps it secure and keeps it fresh. So you pop open the container and it comes, the Bambino comes with a scooper. If you fill the scooper to full and fill it up, this is usually good enough for 2 cups of coffee. And then you use this device to pack it down, so give it a nice secure push. Then it's packed down. They also come with this device here to make sure that it's level. If you use one of these scoops, it's usually perfectly fine, even a little low, but that's fine if you're only making 2 cups. Then you take this device, you put it underneath, and you do it about sideways, or about 45 degrees, and then pull it to the right until it's snug. So that's good there. And then to turn it on, just press any of the buttons in the front and it'll light up. Get your coffee cup ready. Stick your coffee cup underneath. Make sure there's water in the back tank. So fill up the back tank with water. Mine's a little low. And then if you want 1 shot, press the 1. If you want 2 shots, press the 2. I usually do 2 because it's not terribly strong, and I put on a lot of syrup, and you'll see that in a second. So then you let it go. And while that's going, you can clean this back up and get your milk ready. So use whole milk, and on the side of the cup there's a max and a min. So if you just fill it up to the max, I usually fill it up to the max with whole milk. All right, so that's done. Take the coffee off and put the milk underneath this wand. So you just pull up the wand using this and then push it back down. Make sure the wand isn't touching the side of this, so you'll get used to that where that is. And then you press the far right button with the steam icon. You press that. That'll take about 2 minutes. In the meantime, while that's working, we have our cup of pure espresso. Pick your flavor of choice. For a cup this size, I usually do 3 squirts. So if you hold it underneath and do 3 squirts, 1, 2, 3. So that's perfect there. If you do, sometimes I have a bigger coffee cup and I do 3 shots, so a 2 and then a 1. And then I'll use 4 squirts for that because it's just a larger volume. I usually put this in the microwave for about 20 seconds while this is going to get it hot, to keep it real hot. For now, we won't do that. While this is going also, I'm a little low on water, so I'll replace that. And if this was the second cup of coffee you made, while this is going, you can take this off, you undo it, and then you'll have the wet coffee grounds in there. And you can use something like this, which is a knock box, and you just bash out the grounds, the used grounds, and then take apart this device and wash it under water and then let it dry. And then also take off the drip tray, because the drip tray does fill from within the device, not just from drips. So this is good for about 2 cups again. So this is good for 2, this is good for 2, and then it all has to be cleaned. And then when it's ready, it'll stop blinking like that, and you'll hear it stop foaming the milk. You pull up on this as you pull this out. You let it drip. There's a few drips after that when it's done. Then what I usually do is put the milk into the cup, set that aside, and then we want to clean the foamer. So I just use a towel that's here. I use the dry towel to clean it off like that, and then I use a corner of a wet towel, and I clean it off really good. This should be a little bit more wet. And then once it's done, once you push this back, it's going to start draining and cleaning itself. I usually leave this here so it doesn't get everything splashed with the leftover milk that's on the wand. And then once that's done, I just dry that off, stick the wet one underneath the dry one like that. And then to turn it off, just press any of the two buttons. I usually do the outside, just hold them down for a second, and then it's off. There you go. So that's an excellent latte. Stop.
Cafe Eagle's Nest latte made with love.